Welcome to Intro to Reading. Stories can take you to another world. They can be powerful, compelling. They can make you laugh, cry. Many people learn their first language, at least partially, through stories. Stories are a highly effective way to learn language. By the end of this module, you will be able to read and understand 10 very short stories in Spanish, and even to write one of your own. It won't even take that long. Don't worry, you can totally do this. We're going to start with 3 very important words. The first word you need is estaba, which means was, as in Bob was not happy. Bob, in case you didn't know, is a pretty popular guy. He often appears in stories. Why? No idea. We're going to use a gesture to help us remember that estaba means was when we're talking about how somebody was feeling or where somebody was located. Think about what it means that somebody was feeling a certain way or in a certain place. One thing was tells us is that we're talking about the past. It's also about being, like being happy because you're in the same room with the person you have a crush on, or being sad because you're far away from the person you have a crush on. Our gesture is going to emphasize being in a place. We want to show that Bob was. So what we'll do is we'll point to Bob, who happens to be over there. And because we're talking about the past, we'll continue the gesture by pointing behind us, like the past is behind us. Then we'll gesture in a circle, symbolizing awareness of existence, being, and we'll finish by pointing at the floor, being here in a place, feeling this way at this moment. Bob estaba. Bob was. If Bob estaba means Bob was, what do you think Roberta estaba means? Yeah, Roberta was. Maybe she was excited. Maybe she was excited because she was in Spanish class. So, one more time with me, we're going to do the gesture together. Bob estaba. Now I'll say it and you try it alone. Bob estaba. Great. So one more time with me. Bob estaba. Bob was. Good job. Word number 2 is a little bit shorter. The word is tenía, and it means had. So Bob tenía means Bob had. And to gesture this one, we'll start just the same way we did with estaba, by pointing at Bob again. Do you mind, Bob? Great. And then we'll point behind us because had is in the past. And then we'll hold our 2 hands together just like we're holding something. So Bob tenía. So what do you think Robertina tenía means? Oh, you got it. Robertina had. Wonder what she had. So show me the gesture for Bob estaba. Good. Bob estaba. And now what about Bob tenía? Great. Bob tenía. Again, Bob estaba. And Bob tenía. Bob had. Good. Okay, so um, one more time, just a little bit faster. Bob estaba and Bob tenía. Really good. Bob tenía. Ready for the last word? It's very short, only 3 letters long. The word is era, and weirdly enough, era also means was. I know that seems kind of strange. Era means was too. Why? This happens a lot when you're learning another language. You just run into things that seem strange. Don't worry though, you'll find yourself getting used to it after a while. So, era means was, but we're going to use this was when we're talking about things like a person's profession, like she was a teacher, or what a personality is like. She was very strict. So our gesture will be super similar to estaba, except that we won't point to the floor because we aren't focused on location this time, but instead we're interested in longer term things. So we'll start our gesture just like with estaba, point to Bob. Hey, Bob. Point behind you to show that we're talking about the past, and then gesture all around to show being, but don't point to the floor this time. Just keep the circle going. So Bob era compared to Bob estaba. Bob estaba. Bob era. All right, try it for yourself. Bob era. Good. Bob era. Great job. You've finished with the 3 words. Okay, so we have our 3 words. Bob estaba, Bob was. Bob tenía, Bob had. And Bob era, Bob was. Which one means Bob had? Right. Bob tenía. How do you show Bob estaba? What's the gesture? Right. Finish by pointing to the floor. And what do estaba and era both mean? Good. They both mean was. Bob estaba. Bob tenía. I almost forgot there. And Bob era. Now I'll say them and you do the gesture. Bob estaba. Bob tenía. And Bob era. Okay, and one more time together. Bob estaba. Bob tenía. And Bob era. You did it. You've taken your first step toward reading stories in Spanish. Congratulations.